Writing your first research report for ages 5 and up. Meet Dan. Dan is a scientist who loves ice cream. One hot summer day, when eating his favorite ice cream with his friend, Dan challenges his friend to a race. Dan wins, but then realizes that his ice cream had melted. When he looked over at his friend's ice cream, he noticed that it was perfectly fine. Being a scientist, Dan asked his boss if he could research this question. His boss said, "Sure, but as long as you write me a research report." What is a research report? A research report is a piece of writing which answers a question about science. Scientists use research reports to test hypotheses. It's very important to be super detailed, honest, and thorough when writing a report. What are the sections of a research report? Firstly, we have the abstract. The abstract gives a summary of the key parts of the study. In Dan's case, he would explain why one ice cream might melt faster than others, which ice cream Dan predicts will melt the fastest, and lastly, the findings of which ice cream actually melted faster. In the introduction, Dan will provide background for the study. He would write, what is the purpose of the study? What other research has done about ice cream melting speeds? And which ice cream do I think will melt the fastest? The method section outlines the steps in detail taken to test the hypothesis. Dan would write, I first chose 3 types of ice cream: an ice cream sandwich, a SpongeBob ice pop, and a vanilla ice cream cone. I then all froze them to the same temperature and placed them 5 centimeters away from each other in the hot sun. Finally, I measured how much liquid each one had melted. The research report includes a results section, which reports the findings of the methods. Many scientists use different graphs or figures to help visualize their results better. Lastly, we have the discussion and conclusion section. These sections help interpret and discuss the findings. It also wraps up the report and summarizes major points. For Dan's report, he would say that the cone may have melted faster because it has more ice cream exposed to the sun. And he could also say that this research could encourage dessert companies to help create ice cream that will melt slower. Dan's report must be peer-reviewed, which is common for most reports to ensure that the study was well written. If accepted, the study can not just be used by scientists, but anyone who loves ice cream.
Created using Powtoon.